and a tiny bit about the roadmap looking forward. So what we're currently focusing on with our Miradi development is enabling full online editing functionality in Miradi Share. We're not there yet, but we've released a couple, some new features over the past month, which I'm going to show you. And we're aiming to have full online diagramming by the end of the summer. So it may be a little ambitious, but that's what we're aiming for, and we're really excited about that. I'm going to introduce these features, and I also just want to mention for those of you that already use Miradi Share actively and go back and forth between desktop and Miradi Share, you're now able to adjust the diagrams much more extensively online so that you can make them look good online as well as in desktop. So I just wanted to walk through a few of the exciting new features. You'll notice here that I'm in the Theory of Change section and on the Results Chain Diagram tab. A nice feature that we have now is that over here on the left, you can swap back and forth between situation model diagrams and results chain diagrams just by toggling those two icons there on the left. And of course, it's going to take a minute to load here since I'm live. So I'm going to go back to the results chain, but works pretty smooth to toggle back and forth. Also up here in the upper left, you can see a folder with all of your diagrams, all your results chain diagrams or situation model diagrams, easy to access there. And then also up here along the top, I just want to mention that you can choose between this current modern online palette, or you can go back to the desktop palette if you want to be consistent with previous work that you've done. So it's nice being able to toggle back and forth between those two. Also in this full window view up here in the upper right, you can now go to full screen view, which is my favorite since it gives you a big, nice white canvas to work in. On this full screen view here, or in the diagramming window, whatever view you're in, there's some features on the left or some buttons on the left that allow you to work with the diagram as a whole, and then features on the right which allow you to work with individual factors. So I'll just step through a couple of the new bits of functionality there. We now have a visibility menu where you can control the visibility of individual factors, easily toggling them on and off. You can control the visibility of status lights, for example, for results in progress. If you have a description in your diagram, you can now make that visible, and you can go to the top and collapse it and move it around your board if you want to. You can also in the diagram turn on a legend, which will come up at the bottom of the diagram, and it includes only those factors that are in your diagram. So it's very handy if you want to export an image and have a key right there on your diagram. You can see they're also highlighted above, which is great. And then if you use tags, you can also turn the visibility of tags on and off and step through, and you can see that the legend builds out as you turn your elements on and off. One of the really nice feature is any of these menus from the left, you can now make them float in your panels. You can organize the interface how you like. And my personal favorite is you can double click at the top and collapse them. So you just have your stacked menus that you work with up here in the upper left. So that's some of the features on the left panel. Over the past couple of months, we've released some really great features that allow you to now directly edit content in the diagram view. So for example, if I click on a strategy here, what you can see is the three dots, the ellipses, and the paintbrush here. If you click on the 3 dots, it opens a menu from the right. So you can edit content directly in the diagram mode. If you have editor permissions, you'll get a little pencil that allows you to open and edit any of these factors. Similarly, you can open the style panel from that same view, and you can change the text color, you can change the font style or the font size directly from that menu. One thing that's new from the last release that's super helpful is you can select multiple boxes and edit them at the same time. So you can see the paintbrush shows up at the top. So you can go in and you can edit multiple factor styling at one time for multiple factors. It's very convenient. You can also now use undo and redo online. So any changes that you make, you can quickly undo. You can also use your typical Control-Z short key to do that. And then the final thing I want to mention is that this most recent release, you can now move factors around on the board. You can expand and resize them as needed. And you can also use some great tools at the top to help you better align features. So you can use the grid to align features and use the snap to grid to directly align things. If you turn these off, we also have now smart grids that allow you, just like in some of the Office and other products, you are able to align factors with other factors on the board, either on center or top or bottom. Very helpful. And I think, as you saw before, you can also, if you select multiple factors, you have alignment options up here across the top where you can pull them all together. Oops, don't like that. Okay, well, I'm going to go undo and I'm going to put them back to where they were. Great. And then you can also do the same thing for links. You can now reformat your links to look as snazzy and beautiful and useful as you like. If you decide you didn't like that, you can use the straight button to go back, or the undo button. So that's some of the features that have been released over the last couple of months. It makes working with diagrams much easier. I meant to mention group boxes also. If you have group boxes, this group box does not actually have the factors grouped, but you can fully resize the group box. And if the factors are grouped in there, they would move along with that group box. But these features make it much easier to work with desktop and Miradi Share if you're transporting files back and forth, and make sure you have diagrams that look good in both cases. Some of the things that are coming up next are adding features to diagrams. Eventually, we'll have the full edit of copy and paste, copy diagrams, copy factors, delete factors, and full editing, like I said, hopefully by the end of the summer. So that's the quick tour of new features in Miradi. You can all use, we would love feedback, so use the support button to tell us what's not working or what's working great that you love. And you can also reach out to me if you have additional interest in getting involved in testing and providing feedback on Miradi.
Great, thank you for the update. Okay.
I didn't ask permission, but I did record that. I hope that's okay.